Okay, everybody, this is Pure Land. It's image number 241, and it is by Mariko Mori, and it's from 1998, and it is color photograph on glass. So Pure Land, well, first of all, about the artist. Mariko Mori was a Japanese artist born in Tokyo in 1967, and Mori studied design at Tokyo's Bunka Fashion College and worked part-time as a fashion model. So a lot of this is staged around the idea of modeling because that's what she knew and what she liked. So she originally considered that modeling a form of personal creativity, but found it as an inadequate medium in which to express herself fully. So she began to stage like elaborate scenes. Taking full creative control of the process, would act as a director, producer, and set and costume designer and model. And she's going to be similar in regards to using herself in photographs, like another artist from the global contemporary, Cindy Sherman. As an artist, Mori employs a technique with installation and metaphor to convey meaning in the image to frame and display it. She also layers the print in glass. It has a luminous effect, creating glowing softly from beneath thick glass. And the final product is 10 feet by 20 feet, subdivided into 5 equal panels presented adjacent to one another. When considering this piece and its relationship to itself, it becomes very important because the viewer's body is swallowed in relationship to the physical space, but it also invites the viewer to lose themselves in the image. This piece is similar to other photo montages she's created, and each was created in the same way, using the same techniques, but having different themes through landscape, costume, and digital creation, man-made together in a rectangular room. And so some of the stuff she liked to stage was enlightenment to represent air and life, fire and death, earth and rebirth. The space in the middle of the room where the viewer would stand to view this would be where they would physically embody this idea of a journey into nirvana. According to Mori, the entire installation creates a meditative environment that provides the audience a sense of tranquility and transcendence. So Pure Land provides the viewer with an eerie, almost surrealistic image of the Dead Sea at dawn. The Dead Sea is one of the world's saltiest bodies of water where fish and aquatic plants cannot survive, and in waters that are almost 10 times as salty as the ocean. Now, Mori did not choose the Dead Sea setting by accident. Traditional Japanese Shinto rituals use salt as an agent of purification, and the Dead Sea thus provides an ideal spiritual setting that encouraged devotion, prayer, and meditation. There's also a symbolic importance of the lotus flower because although the Dead Sea cannot support plant life, Mori nonetheless places a lotus flower in the center of her image. The lotus flower has a unique ability to flourish in muddy, stagnant water. While rooted in the mud, its flowers bloom on long stalks. And in Buddhism, the lotus bloom serves as a vivid symbol that beauty and purity can overcome worldly distractions and desires. Mori thus uses the lotus bloom to reinforce the message of spiritual awakening and enlightenment. Now, Mori's Pure Land is not devoid of human life. If you look closely at the serene figure floating above the lotus bloom, it's none other than Mariko Mori, dressed in an elaborate silk kimono. She has assumed the persona of a futuristic version of a female Buddhist deity called Kichijoten. It's spelled Kichijoten, and she's beloved as one of the 7 gods of fortune, and is a goddess associated with abundant harvests, happiness, and beauty. And Kichijoten's left hand holds a wish-granting jewel, symbolizing her power to grant her devotees prayers and good fortune. And Kichijoten, or Mariko Mori, will thus guide viewers into this pure land of perfect bliss. There's 6 alien musicians. Yes, I said alien. They are pastel-colored alien figures surrounding Kichijotin, and they float on light blue clouds, and each plays a different musical instrument. And Mori used the alien musicians to function as futuristic bodhisattvas. If you recall in Buddhism, a bodhisattva, and that's spelled, it's a long word, it's spelled Bodhisattvas. And in Buddhism, a bodhisattva is an enlightened person who helps others attain enlightenment. Also in here, there is a futuristic Tibetan stupa. The Tibetan Buddhism, the stupa is the representative of the Buddha's holy mind. And Mori completes the Pure Land image by placing a traditional Tibetan stupa on the far right horizon. And let me see if I can get the pointer. I mean, it's interesting because that's it. But it certainly doesn't look like the Great Stupa of Sanchi or anything. But the stupa is supposed to be a physical representation of how Buddha's ethical teachings provide a path for an ordinary person to become enlightened in their mind, as symbolized by the pinnacle at the top of the structure. Mariko Mori is committed to her belief that we are all spiritually connected, and in order to work towards a peaceful future, we must realize that we're part of a universe and part of a whole. The purpose of her work is not to help the lone viewer reach Pure Land. It is instead to achieve a global connection by helping everyone reach Pure Land. I think this one is pretty interesting. I like the playful elements of the futuristic aliens and spacecraft that are supposed to represent Buddhist teachings. I like that the colorful attendants have large pointy heads, delicate bodies, and they're flying around the work. And let's see, it kind of gives us more of a three-dimensional aspect. In Pure Land's photograph, Mori's light blue, pupilless eyes gaze serenely somewhere beyond our vision. Like the Amida Buddha, she rests above the lotus blossom with the right hand in the mudra, or blessing of and teaching, and then in the left hand holds that jewel. Let's see. Now I have more. And here, Mori also shows comparison to a well-known 8th century painting of Kichijotin. Right. Hold on. Wrong thing. Let me get to... Oh, here's an up-close version of it. But right there is the 8th century version of Kichijotin from the Yukushi-ji Temple in Nara. Similarities include the serene elegance, softly flattering gown, and wish-granting jewel. The 8th century painting depicts the clothing and appearance of an elegant lady of the Chinese Tang dynasty, and it may have been an object of veneration for the annual New Year event when devotees prayed for happiness and fertility. In this manner, a beautiful, elegant woman is seen to embody the ideas of good fortune and prosperity to become that object of worship. By taking on this ancient persona, Mori dissolves her own identity and transforms into an elegant Tang lady of goddess of fortune, and simultaneously welcoming the role of Amida Buddha. Mori's enlightened self-representation descends to guide the viewer into a pure land of perfect bliss. In both formats, the multi-sensory video that she also made of this, called Nirvana, and purely visual Pure Land photograph message is clear. Enlightenment is for all. And Pure Land was unique for its time because it was an installation. And it has a unique history as a physical piece that to experience. Therefore, the piece can be understood or recognized as having an aura, even though it was digitally created and not handmade. Okay, let me go back. All right, so that's it on that one.